Hello everyone! In today's lesson, we're working on how to use articles. You can find this grammar point in your books in Unit 5.1. Today, first, we will work on which articles to use with a range of nouns and noun phrases. Then we will do some practice, and at the end of this lesson, I'll give you some further study and practice options. Let's begin! In English, there are two types of articles. The first type is indefinite articles, a and an. The other type is the definite article, the. Articles give information about the noun that they come before. You also need to know when not to use articles. That's why we're going to study a third group, which is called no article. Now let's look at some basic rules on how to use articles in English. Rule number 1. Indefinite articles are used with singular countable nouns when it is not clear which thing or person is being talked about. For example, I'd like a cookie, please. When I say that, I'm not telling you which specific cookie I'd like to have. I'm just saying I'd like any cookie in general. If I want to make it specific, I can say that. I'd like the cookie next to the muffin. I say the cookie because the definite article the is used when it is clear to the listener or reader what is being talked about. Here is another example. We're looking for an apartment. Again, I'm not talking about a specific apartment. I just say we're looking for one apartment in general. We're looking for the apartment in the ad. Here, I'm telling you which exact apartment we're looking for. Here are some more examples. I'm taking the dog for a walk. Have you seen the car keys? In both examples, it's obvious which dog or which car keys I'm talking about. Rule number 2. Indefinite articles are used when something is mentioned for the first time, and a definite article the is used when something has been mentioned before. Here are some examples. We saw a man trying to break in a shop last night. The man was arrested later that day. In the first sentence, when I say a man, I'm just introducing this word, a man. But in the second sentence, just because it has been mentioned before, I say the man. Another example. She adopted a dog from the local animal shelter. The dog is a golden retriever. Rule number 3. Indefinite articles are used with the phrases of quantity or frequency. 10 euros a kilo, quantity. 2 days a week, frequency. And rule number 3 for the definite article, it is used when something is unique. Or we also use it with superlative adjectives. For example, the first man on the moon. Here, the moon is something unique. It's the best hotel I've ever stayed. The best is a superlative adjective. We also use the definite article the for oceans, rivers, deserts, mountain ranges, organizations, and decades. The Atlantic Ocean, the Nile River, the Gobi Desert, the Himalayas, the UNESCO, the 1970s. It is also used in fixed lexical phrases such as, what's the matter? The sooner the better. The definite article the is used with an adjective or a singular countable noun for things in general. For example, the country is divided between the rich and the poor. In this sentence, instead of saying rich people or poor people, we just keep the adjective and we say the rich and the poor because we talk about them in general. The tiger could soon be extinct. Here, the tiger is a singular countable noun, and it refers to tigers in general, not a specific tiger. And now we're going to look at where we don't use any of the articles. Rule number 1, We do not use articles with plural nouns and uncountable nouns to talk about things in general. Children should acquire some essential life skills. Children is a plural noun, and it refers to children in general, not a specific group of children. Dogs are better pets than cats. Again, this is another example to plural nouns. Money brings happiness. Money is an example of uncountable nouns, and again we refer to money in general. We also do not use any articles before the names of continents, countries, mountains, lakes, towns, roads, and stations. About mountains, though, remember, we use the before the names of mountain ranges, but we don't use any article before the names of a single mountain. Here are the examples to this rule: Australia, Romania, Mount Everest, Lake Baikal, London Victoria Road, King's Cross Station. Here you see practice number 1. Now you can pause the video and do the exercise, and you will find the answers to this exercise in the next slide. Please take your time. Here are the answers to the practice number 1. You can check your answers. Now let's do practice number 2. Again, pause the video and take your time to do this exercise. Here are the answers to practice number 2. Before we finish this lesson, I'd like to give you some options to study more and to practice more. First, you can go to your My English Lab account and you will find some grammar exercises about articles in Unit 5.1. You can also go to Edmodo and you will see those links that I posted. They provide further explanations and practices about articles. Thank you very much and have a really good day.